One. Welcome back to Warpaint TV. We're here live with the one and only from Barry'sKool-Aid.com, Barry from St. Louis. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Shane? Good to see you today.
Hey, everybody knows that WarpaintIllustrated.com is the home of Chiefs information. But if you want to you get your Chiefs update with some killer rock and roll, with some killer charisma and some rockin' persona, you get your Chiefs info and you get your rock and roll groove on with Barry'sKool-Aid.com. What do you think, buddy?
Wow, thanks, man. I mean, what we are is we are an adult version of Chiefs fans. We don't really necessarily tell everybody that we're for everybody, okay? But we are the people that come here express our true opinions. And we encourage our readership to download their media guides. So if you haven't done your research, chances are you're probably going to strike out when we pitch to you.
You know something, a popular topic has been talked about at WarpaintIllustrated.com by our very own Clayton Windler. You know Clayton Windler. We love Clayton Windler, but, we got a little beef with him this week. It's because he's saying Matt Castle is a bust. He's saying Matt Castle is not the quarterback of the Chiefs' future. A lot of people in sports talk have been comparing him to Elvis Grbac. And if you saw the show this week, I'm sure you know that there's a lot of hard feelings about him being compared to Elvis Grbac. What do you think about the knock on Matt Castle lately?
Well, I got to tell you, Matt Castle probably knew just as well as the Chiefs knew that this was going to be a transition year. And one of the things that I kind of stand for is the process that this football team and this organization is going through right now. And Matt Castle, wasn't really expected to come in here and win the Super Bowl this year or even get us to the playoffs. He was expected to come here and learn this offense, learn this new program under Todd Haley, and start to become a leader of this football team. Now, I understand that there are a lot of Chiefs fans right now that want to win, and I want to win too. But the bottom line is this is still, as Haley has said so many times, in the very, very beginning part of the process. And we've got to get more pieces to this puzzle. And Matt Castle, unfortunately, is not going to be able to play perfect football throughout that process. And that's what we've been seeing in the 2009 campaign. But if there's one thing that we have seen out of Matt Castle is we've seen his ability to be able to drive this football team down at the end of the game to keep us in it and give us a chance to win. And you just can't ask for that much when you're going through a transition year. And nobody wants to use that rebuilding word anymore. So that's why I continue to use the word transition. This football team and this organization is going through a transition right now, Shane. And as fans, what we have to do is we have to come out and support them in their darkest hour. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
You know, Barry, that's a great assessment, and I love the way you're bringing it as well. You know, a lot of times if you look and see what the Chiefs are doing at middle linebacker, they're starting Corey Mays and Demario Williams, but they're bringing in Javon Belcher and Derek Johnson quite a bit. While they're bringing in a lot of people on the defensive line, they're also bringing in changes in the middle linebacker spot. What do you think about Javon Belcher? I know you're hyped on this rookie from Maine coming in, undrafted free agent coming into play. What do you think of Javon Belcher?
Well, I got to look at Javon Belcher, obviously, earlier in camp this year, and I got to see up close what this guy was all about. And I remember one day when he was at camp, it was actually early in camp, where he came over with the linebackers to sign autographs with all the fans, and he had a real runny nose. He had a really bad cold that day. And at the time, there was just no way that these coaches were going to keep this player off the field. And he came over signing autographs with just boogers and snot all over his face. And I told him, I looked him right in the eyes, and I said, "Gosh, Javon, I know that you're going to do something." And he doesn't surprise me. I've been telling people about number 59 since well before training camp started. So players like Javon Belcher, players like Andy Studebaker, players like Corey Mays. When we got him from the Cincinnati Bengals in the offseason, I instructed everybody to pick up their homework and do it on this player. This guy's for real, and he played in a bad program at the time. And this is just another example of why these coaches are doing a good job right now, because they're taking these players that aren't making $55 million a year, and they're getting plays out of them. And they're giving us people, the season ticket holders, the people that buy tickets to this franchise, they're giving us millions of reasons to come and watch this football team every year. Javon Belcher is one of them.
Barry from St. Louis breaking it down. Hey, I've noticed on the last couple of your shots, videos, you really fell in love with long Lance Long, talk to me about it, baby. You've been talking about him. You've been hyped on him. What did you see of him, or what did you know about him coming over from Arizona that got you so hyped up?
He had a hard time getting on the field last year as an Arizona Cardinal, and he did have an injury. But at the time, he was competing, if some of you can remember, with some pretty top-flight receivers in Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald and Steve Breston, et cetera, et cetera. So, being able to come on into that program, coming out of Toledo and coming out of Ole Miss prior to that, he fought some serious odds. This is what I call a Haley prototype. I believe, and like many people believe, and it's kind of funny to me now how I hear all these Wes Welker comparisons to Lance Long. I was talking about those comparisons 6 months ago, guys. This guy looks the part, he acts the part, and he works his fanny off. And again, number 17, you're not going to be able to find that jersey for sale on NFL.com. But this is the kind of player that Barry's Kool-Aid supports. This is the kind of player that we want to talk about. We don't want to talk about Larry Johnson. We don't want to talk about $60 million quarterbacks and, expensive linebackers out of Texas that might be running third string right now because they're me players. We want to talk about the players that fought all of the odds to be in the NFL. And that's why I wear a number 12 jersey. Brody Croyle, Alabama.
Alabama's looking pretty good coming into today. Hey, and speaking of which, before we let you go, today is the retirement of number 58. What does the retirement of number 58 mean to Barry from St. Louis?
It means the world. It means more to me that it's going to mean more to all of these people here in this parking lot today and in this stadium. This is a special day for this nation. I was in River Falls at the time when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Over the summer, and that was an emotional night for me, as I'm sure it was for many other Chiefs fans. I am a very, very huge fan of number 58, Derek Thomas, and being able to be part of this today is going to be a special day for every single person in red and gold in this parking lot and stadium today, and that means win, lose, or draw. This is going to be a day of history, and I'm just so glad that I'm here and glad to be here to share it with you, Shane.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure and check out barryskoolaid.com. Barry, it's awesome to finally get to see you, buddy. Back to you, Justin.